Hello, family. Good afternoon. Hoping everyone is well. Wishing everyone a happy 2024. May this year be better than last year for you guys. Full of health, wealth, joy, peace, love, prosperity, and gaining closeness to the Most High Yah. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Inspirations by Terry. And if you're here as a return viewer, thank you for coming back. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Today, I want to talk about the 23rd Psalm. I just want to share it with you, and I want to share it from my perspective and how every time I would read the 23rd Psalm, I would read it and I would think about green pastures. I would think about a nice manicured landscape with like 3 or 4 inches of greenery and the sheep just everywhere, just, laying around and just relaxed and peaceful. And then I watched this documentary maybe a week ago, and there was a man and he was in Israel, or he was in Jerusalem, and he was on top of a mountain. And he was showing how a shepherd would navigate through the mountain. So as he was showing the mountains, and he was showing how around the mountains were clefts and little narrow paths that would go down. And if you were not careful, you could fall over, and if you were leading a flock, it was very, very dangerous because the roads or the paths were not that wide. They were very narrow. Or he knew not to go a certain way because down there were a lot of animals that would try to get the sheep, or it was dangerous. Or he would take you down a path where he knew for sure there was water and that there was something greenery for the sheep to eat, And when I was like, wow, I never looked at it from that perspective, where the shepherd went ahead of the flock to prepare the way for the sheep. I always looked at it from the perspective that the way was always just there, plush. And it just made me realize that, wow, we have to look at things different ways, from different angles. Sometimes we have situations in our lives where we really need to step back and get a different perspective on things and see just how awesome and wonderful the Most High is with us. How, if you're looking at it from the perspective of the mountains and the valleys and the paths being dangerous, how he goes before us, our shepherd, the Most High Yah, our Yahshua, our Savior, how he goes before us and makes the way, the paths, straight, or make sure we're out of harm's way. It says here, I looked up the definition of a shepherd, and it says a shepherd's is to guide or direct in a particular direction. The shepherd watches out for enemies who might attack the sheep, and they defend the sheep. They tend to the sick and the wounded sheep and search for the ones that are need rescuing and the ones that are lost. The shepherd has a great concern for his sheep in terms of nourishment and rest. He is intimately involved in the way, and he is very concerned for their safety, a shepherd. So let's read the text, okay? It says here in the 23rd Psalm, and I know we're all familiar with it, but it says, "The Lord, the Most High, is my shepherd. I shall not want." Wow. If he is our shepherd, we have no need to want. He's going to provide everything that we need. It said, "He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters." So if you're looking at it from the perspective that I said, with it just being green and plush, he makes me to lie down in green pastures. If you look at it from the perspective of the documentary I saw, you'll see that he knows the way to take you to the green pastures, to the still waters. The path may be a little different, but he will lead you there nonetheless. So in times of our life, of times in life and death, Yah is still there. In times of plenty or want, Yah is a good shepherd and he's worthy of our trust. No matter the path that he takes us, he knows the way that he takes us for a purpose. It says, he leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Not for us, but because he's a good shepherd. And for his name's sake, because he has a good name and his name is above all. He leads us in the paths of righteousness. If we lean on him and depend on him, the paths that we take, like I said before, they may not be perfect. And you might have, trials, and you might be confronted with different circumstances. But they're right, they're paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And it says, he restores my soul. What is my soul? It's my mind, my will, my intellect, my will, and my emotions. And life can get to us, and we can have our minds thinking all kind of things because of our experiences, things that we have been through. But the Bible tells us to renew our mind daily so we can get rid of that stinking thinking, right? Our emotions could be all out of whack because of situations, circumstances, and life. And our will as well. But he said he restoreth our souls. That means that no matter what you've gone through and what you've been through, he promises to restore it and bring it back to a good place, a healthy place, if you trust him. Okay, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Whoa. In the times of challenges, sometimes in life, with all the overwhelming challenges of life, Yah leads us with his presence through the deepest valleys. Imagine being on that big mountain and some of those clefts going down in deep valleys of life. And it looks like, wow, you're so close to death, you could die. Some of us have been close to death on our hospital beds, feeling like, oh, I don't feel like I'm going to make it through this. But he said that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So you're in a valley, the shadow of death. You're not even but the shadow of it. He said, fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So what is the purpose of a rod? And what is the purpose of a staff? Right? So a rod is a symbol of authority, a symbol of power and discipline and defense for the sheep. So it protects and it disciplines the sheep when they get out of order. He brings them back and it brings them into the fold and makes sure that they're not going too close to the edge or too close to the death or too close to whatever. He said that his rod and his staff, they comfort us. What is the staff? The staff represents this long staff, like long suffering, and he's kind and and gentle with the sheep, and he's not beating them. He's gentle with his staff. He said that the rod and the staff, they comfort me. And it says, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Imagine having some haters and having some people that just for no reason, they're your enemies. And what is an enemy? Someone who doesn't like you, It could be someone who's jealous of you, someone who envies you, or someone who just doesn't like you for whatever reason. We live in a wicked world, and people just don't like people just for the sake of not liking them. They could have never done anything to you, but they just don't like you. But this is what he says. He said that in the presence of them, he's going to prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. He said that he's going to anoint your head with oil, with peace, serenity. He's going to teach you how, if you allow him to transform your mind by renewing your mind with the word, and by praying, and by fasting, and by spending quality time with the Most High Yah. He said that he's going to anoint your head with oil, and your cup is going to run over. What does that look like when your cup runs over? When you're full of joy and you don't even, like, why am I so happy? Why do I have so much joy? Why do I have so much abundance in patience or in whatever? He promises that our cup will run over in every area of our life if we surrender our lives to him and allow him to be shepherd of our lives. Our cup will run over, meaning that in my cup, it's going to be enough for me, and it's going to be enough for others. I'm going to have enough of love for me, and I'm going to have enough love for others. Excuse me. It means that I'm going to be able to sustain myself, and I'm going to be able to bless others. My cup will run over. It's a promise that he says. He said, surely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, no mistake, don't get it twisted, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord, the Most High, forever. I'll never forget, one day I'm at the mall. And at the mall, they have benches and they have chairs, and people just sit there and have their smoothies and their Auntie M's pretzels, and they're watching people walk by. So, going in the store, bookstore, candy store, and I come out of my third store, and this man says, "Excuse me, miss, I just want to make you aware of something." I'm like, "Yeah." So I watched you go into the bookstore, and I watched you go into the candy store, and as you were coming out of the last store, I just noticed that somebody was following you, and I thought I should bring it to your attention. And I looked around. He goes, "You don't see him?" And I said to the man, "Psh, don't worry. That's just surely goodness and mercy following me." "Oh, that's surely." He said, "Surely." I said, "Surely, surely, that's surely. Goodness and mercy following me all the days of my life." Now, I just made that story up. But with the same thing being said, that trust me, everywhere you go, people will see surely. Surely, we're going to call Shirley. Shirley Caesar, Shirley. Oh, that's Shirley. Don't worry about that, Shirley. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. All the days of your life. And you shall dwell in the house of the Most High Yah forever. If you keep him as a good shepherd. He is a good shepherd. I want to just share with you. That was a little joke. I hope you liked that one. 8 qualities of a good shepherd. They go ahead of you, and they make sure the way is clear and the way is safe. They are trustworthy. They provide provision. They provide for you. They're sacrificial. They will sacrifice their time in the night to make sure you're safe from all hurt, harm, and danger. They're invested in the flock. They're invested in them sheep. They care for the sheep. They're relational. They care about your well-being, about your resting and eating and providing and making sure that you're not hurt or injured. And they're visionaries because they have to think about a way or how we're going to get down this dangerous place. Oh, this is very dangerous. This valley is deep. This valley is not safe. So they have to envision how we're going to get through this thing. Qualities of a good shepherd. Okay? And the theme for me of the 23rd Psalm is it explains how the Most High Yah wants to just bring us to a place of eternal rest and peace and comfort. There's someone that's always worried and stressed out. He wants us to learn to rest and have peace and comfort in Him. And also it's meant to inspire calm. The Lord is personal to David, and He provides everything David needs. As a good shepherd, He guides David to green pastures and calm waters. All is peaceful. So with that being said, fix your eyes on Yah, Yahuwah, Yahshua, and stick close to Him. Trust the way that He takes you because He knows the way through. He knows the way through. And we have to just trust Him. Times are going to begin to get a little bit more difficult with things changing so rapidly. Learn how to trust and lean on the Most High Yah. He is a good, good shepherd. Be blessed. And until the next video, take care of yourself, and I'll see you then. Bye.